Bush, and where we gotta go. You need to be there. Listen, this is Pastor Bush. Have faith in God. Remember this always, beloved. Faith in God knows no defeat. Thank you for joining us for today's message with Bishop Corby Bush Sr. The Light of Liberty Church is located at 2 West Washington in Oak Park, Illinois, at the corner of Austin and Washington. Call us at 214-371-8768. Again, that's 214-371-8768. Or join our Facebook page at Light of Liberty Church, Oak Park. And remember, have faith in God, for faith in God knows no defeat. The views and opinions expressed in the preceding program do not reflect the staff or management. I call him, bro. I put him in program, bro, which is like a channel that we have. So everything that he says gets sent to the program. You see what I'm saying? I have my microphone talking to him, but I take myself out of the program. So I'm on one direct line with him, and he on a direct line to the air. Inspiration 1390 is your chance to win $1,000.
Okay. I got you now. I hear you.
And I got 4 different lines.
Enter it now at Inspiration 1390.
It's a lot.
Good morning.
We've only been waiting 30 minutes.
I've been downstairs since 10:45.
They couldn't find you. What was wrong?
Sitting in my car working. And next thing I know, it was 11 o'clock, so I texted Jarrell like, hey. And then Justin called me like, we up here. What you doing?
Listen, Tammy sent the commercial this morning. Tammy didn't send me a commercial. Tammy had
everyone.
Good. How you doing?
What do I see about putting my name correctly at the front desk?
That one I got.
Gina Lamar Evans.
What else do you need?
Add Evans for me,
I didn't get a story.
because the guy downstairs knows me, but then like
a
somebody
new
else will
guy.
be like, yeah, like I have Gina Evans. I mean, Gina Lamar.
I like the shirt. You said scripts and stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, they were saying.
I wore this to the baseball game with Trinity. My sister goes, "This is my church function."
Trinity?
Not the church event, Dana.
We were going to the baseball game. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about the baseball game. And she was like,
get you a deacon, huh?
no, she was like, it's my church event. We fell out laughing. I was like, oh, sorry. She said, we're going to get you a White Sox t-shirt to put on.
Yeah, you go to a baseball game, you get a jersey.
Deacons got nice pictures.
Yeah, shut up.
Talk about nice picture.
Nice picture. I love it. Do you have your fancy stand for me? I don't have no cord.
You got a fancy stand.
No, you don't have that big thing you had. That tripod. Oh, man. Please.
I'm definitely missing something right now. All right, is the printer not working?
No, it's on. If you printed that one off.
How have you been? You doing first look?
Is that this Friday?
This Friday. That's my issue. This is Friday. I'm doing the Maybe Awards.
I want to. You going?
No, I'm hosting Maybe Awards on.
I saw your picture on the flyer.
Did you? With Damon Williams.
Yeah.
I know. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why.
I said it.
I feel like
They called the wrong person. They weren't supposed to call Damon Williams. It's supposed to be me and you up there.
And I would have been okay with that. I feel like because I don't know him enough that I'm like, it has me a little nervous.
You're going to do good.
And then do I just use this same thing you sent me, Justice from StreamYard? Or is it a new one each week?
It's a new one each week.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me, please.
Oh, so you're going to have to stay to do your mingling moment.
Yeah. I mean, but have you seen how we do this?
Would
you tell them, please? Jarrell?
Yes.
It's like 35
And we're only
seconds.
doing one song.
Okay, this is a long song. We still got another 35 songs.
We ain't going to use all that. Give me a second. Because Tamara said 12:13, but I want to make sure we have enough time for Gina. We don't got no guests?
Shirley Nutrition.
Shirley Nutrition. It's first month. That's why you didn't get my
right.
conversation.
I thought it was Mika. I'm like, Mika ain't here.
next month. All right, so it's working. The camera's working.
Samantha Dockery
Yes.
knows to be here at 12. Right?
Yes. It's in her email.
Okay.
So this is my question.
What's up, Facebook? What a weekend. Let me drink my Vietnamese coffee.
Sorry, Justice, only because I do know that once you're...
Oh, Jesus. This coffee is so strong, it had me tweaking the other day.
This light is going to be here right at it.
And that reminded me, one time I was at a family reunion, and I was sitting with my grandma and her sisters, and I kept drinking coffee, cup after cup, just talking, not realizing I'm drinking so much. By the time I got to the mall, I was like, Melissa, I think I'm having a heart attack. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I got to sit down. Then I said, oh, I drank like 8 cups of coffee.
What you thought was going to happen?
I'm like, but that's how this had me. If you like strong coffee, this Vietnamese coffee ain't no joke. Oh, shoot.
Let's look at this crack right there.
Oh, is it really? Okay, that's fine. All right.
We still got
The
2.
crack on the camera is what it is.
Is it? Okay.
You have a screen protector on?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
You got a trip.
So we'll push this on, and then we have to turn this all the way down, right? Can I send that link to my sisters? I mean, to the public for them to tune in?
They out there, Justin.
Huh? That's our committee. What's the link for them to turn in?
I want to have
Put
myself.
that behind the scenes. Thank you. So I think it's the same. I think it's the same what you're saying to me last time.
No, it's a different link every time. So
Oh,
you
it's
go
okay.
here.
Okay.
So it's a new live every time, and then you share
Yeah, got it.
copy link. So it's copied to you.
First of all, Adam, I understand that. Don't be acting like I'm the old lady in the room.
Hey, I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God, I love you so much for that, right? He was like, he just did it so quickly, like I couldn't even tell her. I'm just gonna
Hey.
push the button and then
Yep.
she can just share it.
There it is. Make it easy for
Make
you.
it easy.
Trying to fix
We got 1 minute. We
Facebook.
got 1 minute. We got one. Everybody ready for, you know what I'm saying, about to go.
I stay ready. Therefore, I ain't got to get ready.
Hello.
I don't know if I'm in this room or not.
Where's Justice? Oh, good. Come on, I'm about to do this intro.
Yeah. We got 40, y'all.
You ready to record it? We got 40 seconds.
Got 30.
And Jarrell, make sure you send me this audio, my intro. Yeah.
We got 20, y'all.
Oh, it's the first day of Black History for the show. You like my Black History fit?
I'm like 365.
Stop going, y'all. We got 5, 4, 3, 2.
Step back and let God do it. While you're trying to figure it out, God is already working it out. Remember, the enemy only has 2 strategies to beat you. That's either to convince you of an early victory so you stop fighting, or convince you of a premature defeat so you give up too soon. His objective, to get you to stop fighting. But guess what? You're already victorious. Keep pressing, keep believing, and don't stop moving toward the goal that God has for you. It's your main man, Action Jackson, on this first day of Black History. I know it's not the first day of Black History, but it's the first day of Black History for the Brunch Bunch. And just like Gina said on break, I'm Black 365. No, I'm Black 366.
Man, who you
on them leap years, too.
I'm still Black.
But listen, you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. We're so excited to be back, and we're glad to have us with us on this Money Monday, this mingling Monday.
Absolutely.
None other than
the Gina Lamar, and the crowd goes wild.
Woo!
I love my coworkers. I love y'all the best. You always the best. Yes, we're here. It's first Monday of the month. Let's do this.
Listen, it was an amazing weekend. I'm gonna start the show out with, I want to shout out because I worked this weekend.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which day of the week I'm going to be taking out because I work every weekend. But I had the honor on this Friday to take over 50 fathers to Disney on Ice for our Dad Squad Dad Venture. Woo, woo.
Nice.
It was amazing. The dad showed up. We had our section filled, of course.
No children?
No, we took the kids.
Oh,
We
that's
took
very nice.
the dad squad, Disney on ice, you know. We took the kids and our wives. We, you know, I've learned my lesson just depending on the daddies by themselves. I'm like, we're going to do the dad venture, call it family night out, you know, bring the family. But the dads took the lead. We had a great time. And then Saturday, I was blessed to attend and host the Village of Bellwood's annual Black History program.
Nice.
And it was an amazing event. Shout out to the Village of Bellwood Mayor Andre Harvey, Tanita LaShore. They made it happen. Over 500 people.
What?
500 people, 55. Is
that the whole village?
It's not the whole village, but it was a great majority of them showed up. They had 55 plus vendors. They were at the elementary school, middle school, and it was just a great time, great performances. They catered it with soul food dinner. Miss Earlene, shout out to Miss Earlene, her granddaughter, Lamaya, used to work for me. We had a great time. I left there, and since I was in Proviso Township, I went over to the Answer Inc.'s sneaker ball. Deborah Vines, you know, she announced it on the show. And, you know, somebody pulled me to the side and said, hey, where you going next? You going to Deborah event? And I'm like, yep. Y'all ain't gonna go in the room and say you told me and I ain't show up. But I was so happy. Deborah was surprised to see me. And we partied with them. Shout out to DJ Brandon, DJ B-Lo. He was DJing, and if nobody else make me feel famous, let me tell you something. He stopped the music. He said, we got somebody in the building, Action Jackson for the Brunch Bunch.
I saw the pictures on that on social media, and I just absolutely love the answer. I love the way she does that with that people. And when I tell you they bring the party, they get that party going. So
they had some house music. They were jamming. It was a great time. Shout out to Deborah. And then my weekend, of course, the culmination of the weekend was I made it to the house of the Lord. Oh. And let me tell you, my pastor preached like he was going crazy. His message was on point.
Who's your pastor?
Bishop David Todd Whitley, Corinthian Temple Church. Yeah, we can clap, 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 clap. Listen, his message was, now is the time for God's favor. And it came from 2 Corinthians 6, verses 1-2. And he had us all to declare, it's my now season. And you know what? Because I'm Church of God in Christ. When I made that declaration, I almost ran around the church 5 times. But I was a little tired from the weekend. I said, Holy Ghost, don't you do it today. But I'm excited, and I'm taking hold of that message. So believers, although it was a busy, blessed, fulfilling weekend, I want you to do like me and walk boldly into your now season. I want you to confess it right now with your mouth. It's my now season.
It is my now season.
She said it so proper. It is my. I said it's my.
It's my now season. But you know, you're talking about your weekend. I just want to make sure that I ask all of these believers to pray for my good girlfriend, Lori Ann Bryant. We buried her mother on Saturday. And when I tell you what I learned 25 years ago when she was there for me, when we buried my parents, is that all you can do is be there for your friends when it's their day on that front row.
Yeah.
Like $100 million is great to give them. Thank you for being there for me. But all you can really do is be there. And so I served for that angel, Florence Bryant. And that was my Saturday. And it was so well spent.
Well, we're praying for that family.
Yes.
Earth has no sorrow that heaven cannot heal. And we are asking God to continue to touch their hearts and their minds. Because anytime we lose a loved one, it is a void that cannot be filled. You know, it can't be replaced. But God gives us the grace to go through it. So shout out to you for being a good friend, Gina. And shout out to you, believers, because when we get back, we rocking with the mingling moment, Miss Gina Lamar.
Oh, here we go.
Right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Money Nika.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my question.
Yes.
It still says I'm in the backstage. So
You
do I stay
on
backstage?
You on now.
Oh, it says I'm on. Okay, I can't see that.
Put those glasses on, Gina. Put those glasses on.
Are we gonna start doing the Black History shit?
Yeah, I did.
Let's do after Gina minute play a commercial song, then we'll do the Black History.
Wait, what am I? So I'm doing my mingling moment.
Yep.
We're recording it so it can still be sent to me later.
Yes. Well, hello there, superstars.
Hey, very good.
I forgot how you look. You've been gone so long.
I know you ain't talking. What?
You got a minute and a half. Are you gonna be ready?
Stay ready. I'm sorry. Don't do that. And now you're gonna ask me that in front of everybody. You know I'm gonna mess up now. Why you do that in front of everybody?
You got 90 seconds.
I got 90 seconds. Don't put that in there. I'm not doing that.
Is this crazy or what? Hey, where's that thing I sent you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
And I talked to Connie. And I'm gonna tell you. Oh, let me wait. We live. I'm gonna tell you. Right, you know, have AAA be in there.
Okay, let me get myself ready.
Works perfect, but I still want you to call. Okay. Because I ain't say nothing about that. Because I want you to leave that.
Okay.
But I asked about.
I just sent it to you Thursday, so I don't know.
So they sent it right to me, Kyle.
Okay, I'm gonna call Kyle because I've been calling because I normally do call Kyle, but I got his cell number, so I was trying to. And then I called the office because I was trying to do the proper protocol.
Right. I got you. And I forgot today was y'all day, but I was just talking about.
We got 30 seconds, everybody. We got 30 seconds.
For what? No.
What are we doing?
Mingling moment.
Oh, okay.
A new luxury brand from Tamara Fair. Queez comes in 2 distinct fragrances, the sensual Pure Royale and the alluring Forbidden Kiss. Order Queez today.
Go to bequeeze.com and get your favorite fragrance today. That's BEQUEESE.com. Bequeeze.com.
It's Monday and it's time for your mingling moment with Gina Lamar.
But of course, it's Gina Lamar. This week, we acknowledge National Black HIV Awareness Day, which is every February 7th. Sadly, we're still losing this battle. Not to people dying with HIV, but the fact that we're still getting new cases of HIV when we have access to medication and condoms. So as I wrap up this mingling moment, please update your status and wrap it up. This mingling moment has been brought to you by Two Fish Distribution Center.
Oh, go ahead, Distribution Center, Two Fish. Well, Jeannie, you always bring the noise with your mingling moment.
2 fish, 2 condoms.
Hey, yo.
Hey, that's right.
Well, I'll be John Brown. You know what? We are so excited to have Tamara Fair back in the building. You know, she had to take care of some business. Of course, every day we talked about you and prayed for you.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't wait for you to return because you were surely missed.
Oh, thank you. I definitely missed you all, too. You know, a lot of people think when you go to different ports, it is just vacation. And it was nothing of the sort. It is work. But eventually, hard work will pay off, right?
Yes, it will. And you know what? Hard work does pay out. And all you got to do is put your trust in God.
That's right.
Because he will help you do all of the heavy lifting.
Well, if it hadn't been for God, I probably would have been back a week ago. Because truthfully, it is arduous, like doing business over in a different country. But it is what it is. He led me there. He didn't take me there to leave me there.
That's it.
So not led me. Not leave me, but led me.
He led you.
Yes.
And you know what? All you got to do sometimes is like Whitney Houston. Hold on, because help is on the way.
Help is on the way.
Drew, why you look at me like that? You look like, I'm like,
Hey, listen, guys. So I thank you guys so much. We are already poised. We be the cast and the crew of Kingdom Reign.
Jarrell, did the dude that's your homie, Justice.
Guess what? I got a great announcement, too.
Because he getting on my nerves.
So you definitely don't want to leave.
You're telling Jackson he got to move the car. And Jackson is sitting in the car.
But if he has to move
he ain't got to move the car. It's him, right? When people could wait in their car, they like it's parked there. He's in the car.
Men in black on. Okay,
that's like somebody, the police telling you to move from in front of a building.
Somebody is towing a car right now. When I came up, a white car.
Wait, a white one. Yeah, you know that's how it is.
Sometimes when your car dirty, actually.
That's crazy.
Well,
I don't care if it's dirty or not. He do too much.
When I was driving my dad's car, they never asked me to move. When I started driving my car,
Listen, I've been here
Why?
8 years.
What's up, Wanda?
Ain't nobody ever gave me no issues like that.
Thank you for that.
Until they just start firing people like they were. They fired Keanu.
But that wasn't about no parking. That was a fight.
I got a white car. White BMW. I got a white BMW.
License
plate 1, 2, 3.
Wait,
Wait, that's
Right. That was cute.
And that's what he said. At the beginning where all this whole stuff started, where y'all started hating him, is because he straight up told me they're cracking down on us hard. So
You all didn't talk about this? All been while I've been gone?
Oh yeah, we talked about it.
I don't mean today.
We did. I did talk about Trump canceling Black History. I read the whole letter on that. I talked about the letter.
Did you get that last thing I sent you about Donald Trump? Can you? So the Constitution has been in existence since what? 1776. All right,
yeah,
so
hey, resend it, bro.
I got you.
so in
Phase that out, Joe.
2026, they want to change the Constitution so that we won't have term limits on presidents. And if there's any term limit that needed to be on any president, it might be this one. Correct.
bring Obama back.
Yeah,
Right.
He changed term for sure.
Obama should have been his game.
Close this right.
He should have gave us reparations.
He didn't have the ability
shoot.
to do that.
How does this president
You
have?
still doing Black
Because
History?
there are more Caucasian folks who believe
Oh, so we have a full Republican
old
House and
people
Senate now.
than there are black people who
Yeah,
believe.
so it's just.
So he couldn't have just went in like how he went in, like him.
Didn't have the support like that. Absolutely not.
Where's the rest of it? Oh,
Oh, it's right here.
Because they're saying
I think I got it.
they
You got
want
it?
to say.
they're doing everything.
I mean, he really.
Yeah, 13% is mad.
I mean, we have an
It's
all
numbers.
red House.
Like, it's just basic numbers. He's the only white person in the room. Clearly, it's not. He can vote all day, but we're gonna outvote him because it's basic math in this U.S. We only 13%.
Right.
It's just basic math. You know,
Right.
It's nothing to do with anything other than he's saying stuff to most people that they want to hear.
But if most people want to hear that, that's a sad testimony of what our ears are ready for as a country.
As a country.
As a country.
Because somewhere in there,
No.
we start thinking
Good Black
that we are on the same playing field.
Well, it shows that
As
nothing really has changed since.
You got it.
1776.
Exactly. Yeah, since we signed the
Not
Constitution.
not even the civil rights, but since 1776.
Well,
And in
it literally
1776,
hasn't been
it never included us as a people. We
Well,
weren't even at that table.
Not even in 1976, 1996.
You got it. It was never written for us.
That's why I'm all for reinventing the Constitution, just because it's
You got it.
hundreds of years old.
Yes.
But
they're only
they're-
trying to do it now because of
Yeah.
what they
Absolutely.
want to accomplish.
So now it's up to us to say, I'm okay with you rewriting it.
Yeah, they're already rewriting constitutional stuff with the
You're not.
American-born kids.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So
So those
Well-
are all called amendments, though. But if they rewrite it, do you really think that we're going to be at the table now?
No.
Absolutely
And that's
not.
the funny thing, because when Biden was in office, there was a lot of
Hey, I'm about to play it now, Adam.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it
There's a
now.
lot of black people who were saying
All right.
remake the Constitution to update it,
Yeah.
and they were like, "That's un-American. That's not patriotic. Blah, 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 whatever." And then now that Trump's in office, now they're like, "Yeah, change that."
Even gun laws and stuff like
Okay, I was looking for the word chat.
muskets.
Come take it. Come take it.
Come take
Come take
it.
it. Come take it.
I would come take it
Come
if you were holding a musket and it took you 20 seconds to reload every time. Sure.
Take it.
Well, if everybody had muskets, that'd be okay.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
you got a musket and I got an AK, you got a huge disadvantage. I could just like, well, let me wait for you. I'm waiting.
What's it called? Bring a knife to a gunfight.
We got the drop.
It's a military
All right,
threat.
give it up for Columbus, Ohio in the building.
Terry. Yes, go Terry, go.
Talking about dad and the baby. when you all to Disney.
Yes.
I know stealth.
I mean, look, man. As a military, bro,
I don't have like the story of Baron Trump. It's like let me see your phone real quick.
Here, go right here.
It's actually crazy.
This is the Flanagan commercial.
Look up like the story
We
of
got
Baron
40 seconds
Trump.
for Black History, y'all. Black History.
Black History, 40 seconds.
Black History.
He got a book out.
No, it's like some book that was made in 1896. This it's like a dude named Trump that lives in a Trump lives in a Trump castle. He's leaded by some guy named Don. It's truly it's like the last. This is like the last president. They're not last presidency, like last kingdom. It's crazy. You have to read all of that. It's insane.
Black History.
I just figured it out.
The real history. Who's Black history? Who's Black
I'm gonna just
history?
get the facts. We ain't gonna talk, so we can keep moving.
Without Black history, where would we be?
On February the 3rd, 1870, the 15th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified, granting Black men the right to vote. This landmark amendment stated that the right to vote cannot be denied based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. While voter suppression persisted through discriminatory laws, this amendment was a critical step toward Black political empowerment in the United States. And that's the Black history fact of the day.
Well, I'm glad you said that because we're going to talk about rewriting the Constitution today.
All right, well, listen, let's keep it going on the Brunch Bunch for In the Raw. No, I told him to play that song. Got to you. Right, I know. I just a little bit.
40 seconds?
Ah!
Like 30, 40?
Well, yeah, because we got to keep it moving.
I thought that was the intro.
So, Tammy, we had the guy on that owns Viet5 Coffee. It's a Vietnamese coffee shop. And if you like strong, good coffee.
You know, I can't drink coffee anymore because of my...
Oh, well, yeah, don't you go over it because this is real strong.
Don't worry. Let me smell it.
I had a joke, but you know what?
Man, that's a real coffee. Like, let me just smell it. I know I can't drink, but let me smell it. Right.
Yeah. You know how when you're on a cleanse and somebody cooking, and then you like, you know what, I'm eating through the scent.
All right, we're about to go in. We're going in.
Thank you.
Hello, Mingling Mingler. That was him.
So in the spirit of actually rewriting the Constitution or the notion of such, guess what? It is already underway. Republican Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles is continuing to push the amendment to allow President Donald Trump to run for a third term. In a Sunday interview with Newmax, Ogles said that his bill to amend the Constitution will face an uphill battle to be ratified, but said that this plan is very important for the future of the United States. Who's United States, I ask? So Newsweek has contacted Ogles' office for comment via email. And why it matters. Democratic figures have previously warned that Trump could rule as an authoritarian if he returns to the White House. Well, he has returned to the White House, and his authoritarian ways are already being evidenced. So Trump himself has said that he would not support amending the Constitution to allow him to run a third term. However, Ogle introduced a House joint resolution on January 23rd to amend the part of the Constitution that prevents a president from being elected more than twice. Ogle suggests that the 22nd Amendment be altered to state that no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times, nor serve any additional term after serving 2 consecutive terms. Well, you got to keep your eye on the prize with that. It's the 22nd Amendment. This bill will move through Congress, and we have to be vigilant about it. Because let me say this. We were planning to go to Ghana, right? And it was being funded by a nonprofit organization that is federally funded. Well, we got this letter today saying that, dear implementing partner, in accordance with the executive order reevaluating and realigning the United States foreign aid, signed blah, blah, blah. You're not going, in essence.
Wow.
What?
Yes.
But they don't think that by the time y'all was going, the money will be right?
We were going next month.
Oh, well, never mind.
And so this consortium was going to impart entrepreneurial tactics that are being and successfully being implemented in the United States in Ghana. And so all of the expenses were paid, and we were super excited about it. I mean, the delegates that were going are impressive. A AAA B&A,
Yep.
people from
Chatham
Inglewood,
Business
Chatham
Development.
Business, yep.
Melinda Kelly,
who
Malcolm Crawford.
Yep.
And
So,
yeah, I was excited
LaShawn
about y'all
Ford,
going to
his
Guyana.
daughter. I was excited too until I got this today.
But I thought they said they lifted that ban.
Yeah, well,
They reversed.
this was today, so they lifted the ban 3 days ago. So you do the math because
Yes.
you're a mathematician.
Absolutely.
You just told me.
So the trip has been canceled?
The trip has been canceled until further notice. We don't know, but we do know that it has been canceled in its original date. But you know, we're a solution-based show, right?
Yes.
So the bread
You're gonna sponsor
basket,
the whole thing.
of course.
That's
Not.
why I'm like, I was like, wait, what you
When
about
you
to
said
say?
that, we were like, come on, Tammy,
Solution
what you
based.
got?
I'm like, hold
What
it,
you
Tammy,
got,
hold
Tammy?
it.
Look, we're all like this.
I want you all to stop drinking what you because it's affecting your brain power. But speaking of power, the breadbasket effect that was used to boycott the Montgomery bus boycott, many churches have already started to boycott on Target at targetfast.org. And when you register at targetfast.org, you will get a list of over 300 Black businesses to patronize. And so this is in response to the rollback of DEI and all of these freezes that we just talked about. We just talked about one of them, but by now people have gotten a list of what these freezes are and have been heavily impacted because there's very little that goes on without federal funding infusion. So I'm looking to, at some point, they cancel in Section 8 because isn't that federally funded? Yeah. That means a whole bunch of people are going to, excuse me before you finish. A whole bunch of people are going to be impacted. But in response to the rollback of the DEI, so this is a great initiative that's in this building stage so that we can shop Black, support Black, patronize and edify Black. And you know, it's not easy being Black. I'm just saying from a Black woman who has not had it easy, but it is rewarding. And when we have alternatives, we definitely look at Tyler Perry. He's actually shown us the blueprint of how Black can make and push to billionaire status without a lot of other infusion. Not saying you're not welcome, because we're not that type of heart. We don't have that type of heart as a people. But if we are not welcome, then we have to reassess and regalvanize so that we can continue to realize our potential.
Well, I was just going to say, and I'm with the supporting Black because that's my 365 agenda, support Black business. 366 on the leap year, you know, but I have an issue. I just don't understand why we're only fasting from Target when Amazon rolled back their DEI practices in December of 2023. They stopped doing that, but so it's been ongoing. But if we're gonna do it, let's do it to all of the companies that are rolling back.
My stance on that. If you're gonna do it to one, do it to all. But I don't think that Amazon is really rolling back because they sent me an email today saying that they're looking for me to come and work for them on the docks. Haha.
On the docks.
On the docks.
But they roll back DEI. They don't want you at the top. They want you at the bottom.
Yeah. But I also thought we were going to do a rolling thing. I heard that we were going to do a roll where we're.
Well, Breadbasket is starting with Target, so that's not where they're ending. Yes. And so it's always good to have a launch point so that you can expand your net and get way more fish. So everyone who is targeting us, we need to target them. Yes.
I love it. Yes. So there's one last question about this, Tammy, because I hadn't read this. It's been a busy weekend. Operation Breadbasket, is this associated with Rainbow Push?
It has been associated with Rainbow Push.
Right, because that's how they started.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, Rainbow Push was very instrumental in the boycott. And if you remember how successful the boycott was, because and we have likened it to the riots, and it's a stretch. However, until you hit someone in the pocket, it does not resonate. Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll resonate and make you appreciate this $261 billion that Black enterprise circulates throughout this American economy. Yes. And the absence of $261 billion will also do something to make you understand.
Definitely.
Well, you know what? Tammy said it. 3 words that are just that simple philosophy, but it's powerful. Hit them pockets.
Hit the pockets.
Hit them pockets. And you know what? You'll be just like Commission saying, we got the victory right here on the Brunch Lunch. Hit them pockets.
Hit them pockets. You know, I do think that it's okay to rewrite the Constitution.
Yeah,
and this is for you guys online. It's okay to rewrite the Constitution so that it actually does reflect the spirit in which it was intended, and that was to have a protection that all men are created equal, right? When it was written, to your point, it was not inclusive that Black people were actually a man.
You got it.
We
So
were
yes.
So rewrite that part of it. Not rewrite it so that it can serve one group of people. Rewrite it so that it can serve and finally and officially serve all groups.
He probably read that book.
It's America. It's America.
Talk about God.
Yes, but if that was bring me your poor, you're tired, you're hungry. That is actually on
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Because that was how
bring you look. They wanted to be bring me your white poor, your white hungry, and your white what was it tired.
But then you should have put that in there.
But it was a given.
No, it wasn't a given.
No, it was a given. They weren't ever thinking about non-white people when they wrote it. It's like it's just a given that if I do something for women, that I mean all women, right? And they're like, no, we meant men too. No, we meant all women. Because
Jarrell phased that out
white,
so we could come in with money.
I think they had to consider us.
With Shirley and Latricia.
Well, let me ask you this. Germination, like you said, it's simple math, right? If I plant daffodils one year, and they continue to grow every year, well, daffodils are annuals. Okay, so if I plant some perennials and they continue to grow every year, won't they grow wide and deep, right?
Yes.
So if you bring Black people or encourage other ethnicities to be here, they're going to procreate wide and deep, right?
And so then that's why they released COVID.
On your own recognizance, on your own accord, you are the best planning species on the planet. Didn't you plan for that 20, 30, 100 years later?
Yes, they did, but as their slaves.
Well,
as their workers, as the people who are building their country, but not as free people. As property.
But I mean,
because 249 years ago when they wrote the Constitution, they weren't thinking about us. But I will say this: they also weren't thinking about Trump because the forefathers, Benjamin Franklin, them did not want to be under the rule of a monarch. They didn't want a king. That was the whole purpose of this country being built. So for what he's doing. That ain't a black or that's a white thing. They didn't want the white folks didn't want that. So,
but see, this is very reminiscent of how Hitler became so powerful. All of this
when everybody stood complicit and stood quiet
and complacent.
But he was strategic if people didn't pay attention. Yes. He supported all these candidates even when he wasn't in office because he was stacking the deck up front. He knew what he was going to do.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
But he didn't hide it, and we did too. And as a country, we voted him back in.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
And there are some Republican ideologies that I totally agree with. There are not Trump ideologies, though. The distinction must be made because you support Republican ideologies. This does not necessarily mean you are a Trump supporter, because some of the things that, and particularly economics, is if you're in business, like everybody in here is, you resonate with. But that separatism, that divisiveness, that hatred, that's where you got to draw the line. And if we're not careful, we will be in another, not civil war, world war.
Doesn't Republicanism and Trump kind of mix now, though?
No.
He's kind of changed the party at this point.
He might have changed the party, but the Republican ideologies are still financially based and rooted in the progression of a country that is more dominant financially than every other country. And we still are the czars of peace, supposedly.
Thus far.
Around, and
No, so I hear what you're saying, Adam, because someone said on Candid Conversations, you're in a red state, and someone said, we all red states now. You know, like we're all red. So we're not.
To your point, I was in Jamaica, and there was some Canadians sitting next to us, right? And so I asked them, well, where are you from? Because, Canadians have a distinct English, right? And they said, well, we're from Canada. We're Canadians. Well, we're Canadians right now, but Trump's trying to make us Americans.
Yeah, you okay on that, Jarrell?
What does Jamaica say about America?
Oh, Jamaica is watching America like we're not watching Jamaica.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, because Jamaica has a big stake in this. 60% of their economy comes from American tourism, right?
Wow.
So if Trump says, yes, 60%. So 40% of what they bring in their gross domestic product, right, is homegrown, right? But 60%, that means the majority of your economy depends on American tourism and everything that it brings. So if Trump says no more going to Jamaica, so they're like on pins and needles. Why would he say half of the things?
Half the stuff he says?
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, how is this benefit?
Why don't we have the freedom?
Well, the benefit, what he's
It's
doing
power.
is saying terror is power, but he's saying
power.
he wants these countries to pay us for making
Did
them
you
rich.
see the comeback from Canada?
Colombia, Canada,
Canada went
Mexico as
crazy.
well. But I like Canada. Canada said we raised you 25 and 0.25 and did it immediately. But guess what they did it on? The biggest thing, beer.
Yeah.
Right before the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They did it on beer. So all of that Miller Lite, Coors, all that American-made beer.
And he did
Or
it with
you see, they immediately pulled the tariff off. No, I'm saying they immediately pulled the tariff off for 30 days.
Yeah.
Because Canada said, okay,
You want to play with us? We're
we
going to
tax
play.
it back. Let's go. And they were like, oh my goodness, right before the Super Bowl.
That's another
nobody's
thing
gonna
that the
buy
Canadian
American
couple said, that we've been getting along for the entire time that we've been on the same continent.
Yes.
And
They
now
got an
all
intro,
of a sudden, we're being poised against each other. Well, I mean, being poised against each other is an age-old way to divide and conquer.
Wait, that's going to raise the price of
Because
American.
it's really
important to them.
But it really impacts the
We got
consumer.
20.
Like Heineken.
Because on the shelf, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay those increases.
Shoot, eggs.
All right, we got 10 seconds.
I don't know
10
the price
seconds.
of none, but I know the eggs
$8.99.
are expensive and not available.
LNS development.
Gotta make get your own chickens in your backyard. Thank you. We talking money right now. Tariffs are money.
Real money.
Hi, B. I miss you, son.
Go ahead. Well, we welcome, of course, our dynamic duo team that's helping our listeners secure and build generational wealth. And in times like these, we need all the tips we can get to learn how to build that wealth. Let's welcome Shirley and Latricia, L&S Development.
We are excited to be here in 2025 because we want you all to continue to thrive.
Come on.
Yes, let's thrive in 2025. And so, speaking of how long we was talking on the way, as we do all the time on our way en route here, we started coming here in 2019. And so, for those of you that listen and you did what you needed to do and gave us a call and purchase, we want to congratulate you.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are on the fence, and I think about all of the reasons and excuses that a lot of people were giving themselves in 2019, in 2020, not a good time to buy. 2020, what happened? We had COVID, and that caused, due to the economy, that caused the interest rates to drop. And so in 2021, what happened once the interest rates dropped? The values increased. So then there was another excuse people gave themselves. Oh, the values are too high. We're going to wait for it. And so in 2022, they said to themselves, or their aunties and cousins said, it's not a good time to buy. You want to wait for the values to go down. So then in 2020,
that never happened.
That never happened.
I mean, why would it?
Right. Why would it? Exactly.
If I got you to buy something at a high price, why would I lower it?
Exactly.
And so people that's in this, think they're in this industry were telling people, oh, don't buy. Don't listen to those people.
Right. So, and then in 2023, rates went up. And so did values. Values continue to go up. And so in 2024, we were waiting for, once again, rates to go back down. But here we are in 2025. Rates are up, and so are values. So are rents. But so this is what I want to tell you. I want to say that you have weighted yourself out of your wealth, in your savings by listening to people who do not know the industry, who telling you to constantly to wait. So it's been 5 years, so you waited yourself out. What is wealth? How much wealth? So the people that purchased in 2019 or 2020 when we first started coming, I can guarantee you they have over $50,000 in equity in their property.
I just researched this for you because I love this analogy, right? In 2019, when you all first started, interest rates were 3.94%. Interest rates now are around 7%.
Yes.
A home in 2019 was $285,000.
Yeah.
It is now worth $360,000. So if somebody, like she told me to do it.
So the moral of the story is, it's now. Now is
Stop
your
waiting.
time. Stop waiting.
Stop waiting. Because even though, yes, the values are up now and so are rates, I promise you, you can still realize equity if you purchase today, and 5 years from now, you'd be looking at the opportunity to maybe refinance and pull out money to update your property or pay off college fees, or maybe pay for college for a child that you have.
Or just hunker down for these next 4 years.
Right. But another thing, as Shirley mentioned, as while I was speaking, was that what else has gone up? Rents. So let's don't
forget about eggs and chicken.
Yes.
Everything.
Right, rent. So if a 3-bedroom apartment, I'm gonna speak about the Austin community because that's what I'm familiar with. A 3-bedroom apartment in that community, let's say rents were between $1,100 and $1,350. And that same community, now they are between $1,500 and $2,200, or possibly even more for a 3-bedroom. So which end you want to be on? You could be on that receiving end as a landlord if you purchased your property in 2019. So just imagine if you gave yourself, what's that, an $800 to $600 raise. $600 to $800 raise
per month.
Per unit. That's
unit.
just on one unit.
Per unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I say we are passionate about you increasing your wealth by purchasing and just by getting in the real estate game, and stop waiting and listening to those naysayers who's telling you it's not a good time. It's always a good time to buy, especially if you're a renter.
Call us at area code 773-616-0906 if you're interested in thriving in 2025.
And just in case you didn't do that math over a year's period, that's $7,200 raise per annum.
Wow.
Per unit.
Wow.
And I've had calls where people are calling me saying, "Can their landlord go up on their?"
Yes, they can.
And I had to say, absolutely.
Yes, they just need to give you a notice.
And depending on how much the increase is, the longer you may need to know. But somebody said they can't go up that much up here. I said, as long as they sent you the letter and gave you 3 months, yes, they can.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's been some instances where they may call them back, you know what, but my rent $900, so I'm just gonna stay put. And then a couple of months later, my landlord is selling the building, and then now the person who they sold the building to, now they saying they're gonna go up to $1,500. I was like, well, they can.
Yeah.
So you think you're safe and you're in a great position right now. That may be the case for right now, but if you're not the owner of that property, you just the power's not in your hands.
And if you can't buy it alone, buy it with your sister, your brother, your friend, your neighbor, your cousin. Buy it with somebody.
Buy it with the other tenant.
Yes.
Yep. Buy it with the neighbor.
I've got several friends who have got 3 family members in a 6-unit building. They all wanted their own apartments. They used to live together. Now they're all paying a landlord for 3 apartments. Y'all buy that building.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Or buy a building. If they don't want to buy that building, buy a building. Because what's so crazy about that situation is that you see a lot of people in our communities that's doing that. They would do, the other people that they're taking over our community.
Look like me.
Yes, they will do that. Matter of fact, I've seen them do it like on my mom's block. As the older people die out, the kids, instead of keeping that property, they'll sell it for a little or nothing. And that they'll purchase the building with 5 family members. Next thing you know, they're buying the block.
Yes.
And that's on the block. And that's who's going to be your landlord.
Yep.
They're going to be your landlords. If you don't start purchasing and owning the people that you see taking over your block.
That you're talking about.
Yeah, that you're talking about.
You laughing and they laughing to the bank.
Right, exactly. They're going to be
That's
your landlord.
because that cash now is so attractive that people fail to do the math about the forecast for that cash later. And it's like that age-old trick where they ask you, do you want $1 every 6 weeks or every day, or do you want $1 million?
Right now.
Well, come on now. The right now does not add up to what your gain is going to be over time.
But
that's
when
what
do
the
we
whole
know
thing
that?
is on interest.
We don't know that. We're not
I'm
teaching
just
that to our
telling them.
children.
I know they
We're
owe
not
millions of people.
teaching that to our
Right, we're
children
not.
soon enough for them to recognize
Well,
that.
tell them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it's all about building generational wealth. If you are a renter and you've been a renter for about
30 years.
30 years,
You paid that landlord's mortgage.
Right, you paid the landlord's mortgage. And it's not teaching your kids about you're not building generational wealth, because if something happens to you, you have nothing to leave to your child or your grandchildren.
And they're going to have to move out of that apartment.
Right.
Well, we do pass down a lot of things in our community.
Poverty.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. I know you're going to say
debt, poverty, bad mindset, fear,
high cholesterol, high
blood pressure.
Please don't forget the GoFundMe.
You are going to pass on wisdom and knowledge that you are going to apply.
Right.
Buy yourself some income property, a 2-unit where you live in one, and somebody else in the family live in the basement, and you have a tenant upstairs.
Right. And let's say those of you that did purchase in 2019, guess what you have? You have equity. So if you want to refinance and pull some money out
and buy another building.
Right, and buy another property. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. But trust me, as long as you're strategic in your planning and you plan and you purchase a property, don't just get the money out and spend it on stuff, but you actually spend it on buying another property, it makes sense to go ahead and do that transaction.
And you know what? I'm so glad you said that, because I want to talk to the minimum wage earner. A lot of people, most people in America are minimum wage earners, right? And the way that you take that minimum wage and you take yourself to the next level is that you sacrifice things for savings. And once you have saved, you spend some, whatever you need necessary. Let's say you've saved over 3 years, right? In 3 years, your life is going to change as a homeowner or as a apartment owner because you sacrifice. And then you are no longer a minimum wage earner. You are now a building owner. You are a landlord. You are in a different tax bracket because you did what you needed to do in order to get what you wanted to have.
And I want you to save your tax money. You can save this year. Say, do not go buy a car.
Do not.
Call Shirley and Latricia.
At area code 773-616-0906.
Tax money's coming out right now.
And that, you know what? And that word you used, Tammy, sacrifice. That's what it's all about. You have to sacrifice. And you speaking, it brought me back up to when Shirley and we did a conference. It was at a daycare center. And everybody was saying, oh, we can't do this. How are we going to do this and we only make this amount? How are we going to do this and we only make this amount, that amount? It was one lady, a Hispanic, got up and said, well, I did it. She said, I saved 2 income tax checks and now I own 2 buildings.
Yeah, she sure did.
And I said, we said, thank you so much.
And thank you, Tammy,
because she said,
your people.
Right. She sacrificed. She sacrificed. And anybody out there, you can sacrifice and own property too. Trust me. I mean, she was so humble and she stood up.
She gave them the formula.
Right. But it's about sacrificing. I talked about that. I had to sacrifice. Like I said, I ate off a 99-cent menu at McDonald's. I ate cereal. It was about sacrificing to get what I needed and get what I wanted. But when I say it's so worth that sacrifice.
Talk about it.
But Latricia, you said something. It's not really sacrificing if you're taking money that you weren't even allocating into your budget in the first place. Those tax dollars that come back to you, you weren't spending them. You weren't using them.
Unfortunately, though, in our community,
get a car. But if you save that 2-3 years, it makes all the difference in the world.
You said they're not anticipating, but I'm saying, unfortunately, in our community, they are anticipating them checks.
I didn't say they weren't anticipating. I said it wasn't circulating in their budget, in their home budget, their now budget.
Tina said it's tax season, aka baby daddy coming back season. So that's what I would say. Right. You know, we have an opportunity for you. All you gotta do is call right now. If you haven't filed your taxes or you're getting ready to, just call Shirley and Latricia so that you can know your options in advance, because Shirley is a master negotiator where you may not even have to use all of your tax money, but you just hold it for a couple of months until you close, and now you got a building and you most likely have some tax money left.
But not just that tax money.
For some grants.
Yes.
Okay, call us. Please call us.
Federal
area code 773-616-0906. Again, 773-616-0906.
Latricia, before you go into that, I do want to ask you this, because that was a good joke and point, though. with Donald Trump freezing this federal money, has that stopped FHA money, federal housing loans?
No.
All right.
We're still closing FHA loans. And then we have a Kathy Dale who says that she has a couple of properties and she's having issues with getting equity out. Give us a call at that 773-616-0906. I'm a master loan person.
Yeah.
So I could definitely right. I could definitely explain to you on what you need to do to go ahead and get that equity out. That's another thing. If you have equity, you have money. A lot of people that purchased properties back then, you are millionaires now. You don't even realize how much equity you have, especially if you were able to go on and purchase 1, 2, then 3. You're probably a millionaire.
But that's because we don't know. And to Gina's point, we just don't know. So go ahead and explain on a 5th grade level, what is equity?
Equity is, let's say you purchased a property for $200,000, and let's say over these last 5 years the property is worth $400,000,
and it becomes worth $400,000. How? Because
market value,
the market value, the time,
and other properties in your area are selling for that $400,000, which means now yours can sell at that same price.
Yes, so that means that you have $200,000 of equity free and clear, but the total value is $400,000. So you can go ahead and count that towards your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
The whole $400,000.
Yeah.
So somebody let's say you purchased 2 or 3 properties. So let's say you got 2 or 3 of them like that. You can go start telling everybody, hey, I'm a millionaire.
Miss Kathy said that she got a few properties that she don't have no mortgage, so she's a millionaire.
She's a millionaire.
But you can liquefy that.
She can pull that equity out of those properties, and she can go buy more properties for her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, or she can take.
Hey, Kathy, call me.
Kathy, you can continue to build generational wealth. That's 773-616-0506.
No, 09.
Sorry, 0906.
That money on your mind.
Well, Sharice made a very good point because
say it again.
Buying buildings or buying Gucci purses.
Right. Bags of buildings. Which one?
Bags of buildings.
Right. Which one? Now, it's one bag that can increase in value, but that price is what's that? The Birkin. And the love.
I don't know nothing about that.
Play with those. So bags of buildings. So you want to buy buildings.
But you can't live in a Birkin, honey.
You can't live in a Birkin. Right.
You can't pass you can pass a Birkin on, but who can live in that?
And there's no need having a purse that you have. The purse costs more than the money you have in the purse.
Right.
Hello.
Makes no sense.
You still trying to pay off a purse. Listen, don't make bad decisions. We come on here each and every day to send you back better than you came. And Monday specifically, because we're trying to help you build generational wealth. Don't have fear. Don't allow fear to stop you from calling. All you got to do is call LNS, and they will walk you through. If you're saying, I don't think I can qualify financially. If you're saying, I don't know if my credit good. Oh, I don't know if... Don't think. Just call and let the dream team get you there.
Explain what you need to do to qualify. We're not just going to say, you don't qualify, bye. We're going to hold your hand and walk you through the process.
Again, call us at area code 773-616-0906. But please, wait till we go off the air.
But you know what? Let me just say something that changing your life is not an overnight sensation thing at some time. Sometimes it is, but that's few and far between. It's a slow walk, and you can't get discouraged. You got to stay the course and really keep your eye on the prize, the end game. Because once you get that one building, I promise you, it's going to be like getting a new habit.
Right.
This is the kind of habit you want.
This is the kind of habit you want to pass down from generations to come.
Yeah, pass that down instead of GoFundMe.
Right. Yes.
Pass that house down, pass that building down. Shirley and Latricia are the masters that helping. They can help you get up to 4 units with only 3.5% down. And there are some grant programs that are not affected by the king. I think he's sitting on the throne, Donald Trump. Listen, Lord Jesus.
But
call LNS Development. Call.
Don't know.
Yes, wake up with the mindset every day to win, no matter who's the president. But those actions, you're gonna have to put some actions into that.
Yep.
You can't wake up every day and say that and don't do anything about it. It's time to thrive in 2025, but it's up to you to decide to do that.
And you are the CEO of your life. Call us, area code 773-616-0906.
Let's give it up for LNS Development. Every time they come, they leave us invigorated and excited. And I'm just glad that Tamara and I have the same heart of wanting to help people. And that's why we connect all of our Brunch Bunch partners that are doing great work. But listen, Tamara.
Decide to thrive in 2025.
There it is. Shout out to Dave's Hot Dogs on Homan and Roosevelt, who got us turned up real loud right now. They listen each and every day. We love them.
Well, I'm glad they're listening because I definitely want you all to know that you are doing me a great favor, me and all the Kingdom Reign. We're almost number one on Tubi, but in the coming days, Kingdom Reign will be shown on Amazon, Roku, Peacock, and the CW. What is Kingdom Reign?
Go ahead, Tamara Bell on the air. That's my friend. Well, listen, you know what's going to be getting the air tomorrow? Us, because we out here. Listen, we're out of time, but we're never out of content. We encourage you to
keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them. Show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love. Land on love. I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you, Tamara Fair. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem.
We love you too.
Bye, Marcel MJ. He's listening to it.
Okay.
But listen, just text. We out.
Bye, Ohio. You guys, decide to thrive in 2025. Your income tax checks are coming up.
Turn that down some.
Want you to save this year's income tax. Just trust me for a moment. What do you got to lose? I'm not coming to get your money. Shirley and Latricia aren't coming to get your money. Put it in an interest-bearing account. Save that money this year. And then next year, save that same money. It's going to be more. I promise you it's going to be more. And that's when you start your journey into building generational wealth. We so love you. And we thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.